Welcome back, book buddies! Today we are going to read a Peter Rabbit book. This book is called The Bedtime Bunny Hunt, and it has lots of flaps to look under. It's a Lift-the-Flap book. Let's go. Peter Rabbit was having the most wonderful afternoon playing outside with his family. That morning, his sisters had picked flowers, while he raced his cousin Benjamin Bunny through the trees. After lunch, they all brought their toys out in the sunshine before deciding to play their favourite game. Taking it in turns to count, they ran all over the forest, hiding from each other. Peter was brilliant at hiding. He knew lots of secret places. But just as Peter settled down in his favourite hiding spot, his den near the old oak tree, Mrs. Rabbit appeared at the door. "Time to get ready for bed, little bunnies," she called. "But Mother," said Peter. "Ooh. We're playing hide and seek," Mrs. Rabbit smiled. "Well, it looks like I've found you. Time to pick up all your toys before it gets dark. You can play again tomorrow." Whoop! My ball! My train! Peter and his sisters said goodbye to Benjamin and started to gather their things. Everyone went to put their toys away. Mopsy's ball went back into the basket, and some shiny new rocks were added to Flopsy's collection, and Cottontail's train was placed on top of the table. Looking across at his bed, though, Peter realized something was missing. My bunny! Where has it gone? Oh no, Peter has lost his teddy bear. Everyone was in the kitchen where Mrs. Rabbit was making warm milk to drink before bedtime. Peter rushed in to tell them all about his missing bunny. "Oh no," said Mrs. Rabbit. "We'll help you find it," promised Flopsy. "Shall we start by looking in here?" asked Cottontail. Whoop. "Oh, hello!" It's a little mouse. It's not his bunny. Peter had crept into the kitchen with his bunny that morning to get a snack. Just pots and pans in here. Perhaps he left it in the cake tin. No, Bunny, only this delicious cake. Oh, yummy. The bunnies all took their cake and milk into the living room and sat down by the crackling fire. It was warm and cozy, but Peter couldn't get settled. It didn't feel right without his bunny there too. "It's time for a bath, everyone. Perhaps if we take your mind off your bunny, you'll remember where it is," suggested Mrs. Rabbit gently. Flopsy, Mopsy and Cottontail had their bath first. While Mrs. Rabbit helped them get all nice and clean, Peter looked round the bathroom for his bunny. Peter always uses the blue towel. Is it behind this jug? Look, some bath toys. A rubber duck and a boat. "Your turn, Peter," said Mrs. Rabbit, as she wrapped his sisters up in warm towels. Peter threw the toys he found into the bath. They made such a splash that the bubbles landed on his head. "Oops, I look like I'm wearing Benjamin's hat now." His sisters giggled at him while Mrs. Rabbit shook her head. "Come on, Peter. Time to get clean, and don't forget to brush your teeth." He made sure to pay better attention as he dried himself and combed his fur. Then he brushed his teeth. He suddenly remembered something. There's Bunny. Earlier, he had played with all the toy bunnies next to the big bookshelf, pretending it was an enormous mountain they had to climb. Is the bunny behind the chair? Shh! I'm trying to read. Oh, sorry, little mouse. And there's a bunny. He called his sisters and they raced to check the shelves. Flopsy's bunny. But although Flopsy, Mopsy and Cottontail found their own bunnies, Peter's was still missing. "It can't be too far away, Peter," said Mopsy. "I'm sure we'll find it soon." Mrs. Rabbit found them still searching, with books piled all around them. What a mess, she said. How about we choose a bedtime story as we put these back? The sisters eagerly joined in, each picking up a book, but Peter couldn't focus on any of the stories. Peter, maybe you could borrow my bunny tonight, Cottontail offered. No, thank you, Peter said. He didn't want his sisters to miss their bunnies too. I'm going to put on my nightcap, he said sadly. Peter's nightcap wasn't on his usual hook next to the wardrobe. Oh dear, what a mess. Not another missing thing, he cried in despair. He searched through his wardrobe and the bedside table before finally pulling back the bedclothes to discover his lost nightcap and his bunny. Yay! Peter was so glad to have his bunny back, he finally felt ready for bed. He and his sisters bundled up under their blankets, all cuddling their bunnies. Mrs. Rabbit sat in a rocking chair, using the light from the glowworms dancing in the night sky to read everyone a story. This tale, she said, is all about 4 very brave bunnies who went on a grand adventure to find their lost treasure. But Peter, hugging his bunny, had already fallen fast asleep. The end. And there's Peter Rabbit and his bunny. And there's his mummy saying, "Night, night, Peter." The end. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Do come back so we can read more books together. Please like and subscribe. Bye.